Hi, my name's Emily Gajewski. I'm a human givens therapist and trainer, and I wanted to just talk to you a little bit about this really unusual situation we find ourselves in, self-isolating because of the coronavirus, and the potential impact that has on our mental well-being. So it is being widely reported that people are suffering at the moment emotionally. And often what's cited is the fact that we can't see our family and friends and how that can lead to loneliness, which is of course true. But as human givens therapists, what we know is that it's a little bit more complex than that. What we believe as human givens therapists, and what the research that founded the approach showed us, is that we actually have 9 emotional needs that are equally as important as each other. And when we don't get these needs met, we suffer. So Joe Griffin and Ivan Tyrrell, who put the approach together over 20 years ago now, actually spent 10 years researching what we need in order to be mentally well. So they looked at all the most evidence-based psychological theory and therapies around and drew together this list of 9 needs, which we know that if they're not met in balance, in healthy ways, our emotions suffer. We become depressed or anxious or obsessional or psychotic in extreme cases. So the way I think of these needs is that they're non-negotiable in our lives. And when we're starved of this emotional nutrition that we get through getting our needs met, we can get desperate. Like we do when we're starving for food, we'll pretty much eat anything. And this is what happens with our emotional needs, that we can get into destructive ways of getting these needs met if they're not, if we don't have opportunities to meet them in healthy ways. So just very quickly to tell you what those needs are, we need a sense of security. We need to feel safe in our lives, which is obviously under threat at the moment. We don't know when this lockdown's going to end. We don't know if we're going to become ill, or a member of our family or a friend is going to become ill. We may well have financial insecurity. There's big threats to our security. We need to have attention, and we need to give and receive attention in healthy ways, which is of course affected when we're not able to see people that we love, we're not able to do our jobs. Very much linked in with that is a sense of status. We need to feel that we matter, that we're respected. And a lot of us get that through work, or through voluntary work, or through a hobby that we're good at, which of course is all compromised at the moment. We also need a sense of control. Again, hugely compromised at the moment. We don't have any control over this situation. We're very much out of control. We also need to feel connected into the wider community. And of course, there are ways of doing this at the moment with helping other people that are self-isolating, or me and my daughter have just made some drawstring bags for the NHS workers, which gives you a little bit of that, a little sense of that. We also need privacy, which is harder these days. You know, we're locked in a house with our family. We're not able to get out and have that private space. We need to have a sense of achievement. So we need to be doing things that give us a sense of satisfaction and achievement. And we need meaning in our life, which often comes from something bigger than us, whether that's a meaningful hobby or belief system, something that we reach for beyond our day-to-day life. So I'm sure you can quickly see that all of these are compromised. And my top tip for the moment is to think of little ways that you can get these needs met in this challenging time. So like with the laundry bags, me and my daughter had some time connecting with that. We had a sense of achievement. It was quite challenging for me with very basic sewing skills. And I felt a bit of control over the situation, that I was helping somebody. Another example from my own life is that I've just started to do a little bit more running. I enjoy running. I don't always have time to do it. So I've just challenged myself for an extra 10 minutes a week. And that is achievable. I can do that. So I get that sense of achievement. I get a little bit more sense of control. I get a bit of a sense of meaning when I'm out looking at the sky and listening to the birds and being out in the world. But the key to this is keep your goals small. You know, very often when we're very emotional, which is easy to be at the moment, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. We set massive goals. We're not thinking that clearly always when we're overwhelmed by emotion. So take some deep breaths. Breathe in roughly for the count of 7, roughly out for the count of 11. Taking those lowest, longer out breaths calms you down. So in for 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out for 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Take a few long, slow out breaths and set some really small goals for yourself. Things that were almost laughably easy, based around those 9 needs. And those two things together, breathing yourself calm and setting yourself small, achievable goals, will help make you feel more grounded, more in control, meeting those emotional needs in little ways in your life. So good luck with that in this challenging time. Just doing those little things that you can do makes a difference. Over the next few weeks, we're going to be offering you some more tips and information about the Human Givens approach and how you can stay as mentally well as possible throughout this really challenging lockdown period. So keep looking out for those new tips and ideas from the Human Givens College.